What's up, squad? I had to put my glasses on for this one, y'all. Been away a little bit, took a little vacation, went out of the country with the family, and I don't know, man. It's like all hell broke loose in this whole sneaker space. What's up, squad? It's your boy Trey, aka Daddy C. Thanks for stopping back by the channel. If it's your first time here, do me a quick favor. Hit that notification bell down below so you can stay on top of our content as we drop it. And if you've been here before, thanks for rocking out with us and supporting us. All right, so I've been gone for a little while, not long, like a week, maybe a week and a half, and I don't know what's been going on, man. Everything seems like it's been going on. We've seen lawsuits from Nike against the shoe surgeon, somebody they did business with, right? Like $60 million worth of lawsuits going on there. They're talking his customs and they're calling them counterfeits. And that if it's not coming from Nike, they're saying it's all counterfeit, fake, all of that stuff. So everything that's not a Nike issued shoe, right? Regardless if he takes it and remixes an original, if he builds one from scratch, if he does something to a Nike or a person does something to an already bought Nike shoe, it's not real, it's counterfeit. So the rep community, the customizer community, Nike's throwing it all in the same basket. And then I've seen like the battle between the UA crowd and the retail crowd is brewing again. I guess that comes up like once a year, every few months or so. People just, I guess, just want something to fight about, be mad about, fuss about, whatever. What else we've seen? We've seen shoes in store, sitting, releases dropping. We just had the Wet Cement Jordan 4, and I know it sold out on sneakers when that did drop yesterday, but I think there's other outlets where they're getting a lot of late shipments, pairs that are still available in different sizes. But we know that, the Air Jordan or just sneakers in general, Nike shoes right now are in a slump, right? And I'm gonna just kind of give my take on all these types of things that's been going on. I'm an OG sneakerhead, if you don't know. I've been in this game, I've been around watching sneakers grow since the Jordan 1, right? So since the 80s, I've bought sneakers over the years. Got my first pair of Jordans in the early 90s in high school, and been a sneaker lover ever since. And things have changed, right? There's been a major shift in things over the years. Are sneakers dying? That's kind of like a big topic right now. As sneakers, sneaker culture as a whole has shifted. And I'll say this, from my perspective, it's always a cycle, right? Everything is in cycles and trends. The explosive, massive hype that we had from probably 18, 19 to 2022, 2023 is done. I mean, that was a big bubble. Resale culture kind of took over and exploded, and I think a lot of people got into sneakers for the wrong reasons, not for the love of the sneaker, but for the dollar, right? And those people got in, I swear, as soon as you get in here and you kind of add the economy and sneakers, into the sneaker game, it changed everything. People were so hyped when StockX became a thing because that changed the game. But, before that, man, there was no market, right? There was no check the market. What's the stock at today? Like, it's wild to me. I'm not a huge fan of resale culture at all. I know we all, in some shape, form, or fashion, are impacted by it. Anytime if you have a shoe, you, myself, millions of us, right? You get a shoe, it sits in your closet. 6 months later, whatever, 8 months later, what do? You check StockX, check GOAT, see what it's going for, check eBay, and you get rid of it, maybe at a loss, maybe for a small profit, maybe for a big profit. So even those of us that, we talk down on resellers, we've resold something. So we all really technically are resellers. So I'm not going to come down on resellers. I'm not going to knock the hustle, do your thing, but it's impacted sneakers to the point where that became so much more about that than the actual shoe itself, the love of sneakers, the artistry of the shoe, the history of the shoe, all became about a dollar. And of course, as soon as that, excitement wanes and demand goes down and the prices drop, those people that weren't in here for the love, they say deuces and they out, right? They go into something else. Those people are doing, baseball cards or doing something else now, maybe designer shoes, right? And I know Nike is in the tank, has been like at its lowest stock price like since the 70s, right? Since like early on in the company, or the biggest, not the lowest price, but the biggest dip that they've had since then. And what do we attribute that to? I've talked before about Nike needs to innovate, right? Get back in the technology and innovation lab. Jordan brand is doing well, even though, we see a lot of Jordan 1s, not selling out, a lot of pairs in the store. Jordan brand as a company is Nike's, shining star, right? But Nike in general, we know that like the running shoe game has changed a ton. You go to these big races and 5Ks, 10Ks, marathons, people are not wearing Nikes, right? They're wearing Hoka, they're wearing On Cloud, they're wearing something else, Asics, Saucony, so Nike needs to get back in innovation, and they need to, shift some focus. And I know there's been a ton of, people talking about, man, so many topics, so many people talking about them opening the vault for 2025, right? That's actually on the Jordan side, but tons of classic Jordans that are going to be releasing next year that we're getting the word of. I'll wait and reserve my excitement to see if it's actually real, because that's a ways away from now, but we know it's the 40th anniversary of the Air Jordan 1. So I'm sure Nike's going to do like a big bonanza. They're going to hit us with everything next year. It's like they're loading up. And that's not a byproduct of the stock price, or, I see people online, oh, Nike's really hurting. They're doing all of this stuff now. They're emptying the clip now. All the pairs that we've always wanted are finally going to come out. And that stuff doesn't happen as a reaction to stock price dip, right? In a month or 2 months time. That's something they had planned for the last probably 2-3 years. That in 2025, we're going to release this slate of pairs. And some people, I've seen so many people on Twitter, on YouTube, talking about Nike and what's wrong with Nike and are they going to survive, all of the tough times that's going on right now. And I'll say that, Nike's been around, over 40 years. So, it's the company's been around since the early 70s. And I've worked in big corporate for 20 plus years. I'm in sales. So corporate sales, technology. When these big companies, things happen, the stockholders see the prices drop, the board, the higher ups, Nike just had a big massive layoffs, right? They basically cleaned house with a lot of people, top heavy, a lot of upper management, things like that, senior level VPs and so forth. So they're going to bring in some people, consolidate some departments, and they're going to do some things and operate lean, right? So doing more with less people, but focusing on, trying to right the ship. So I've seen that in companies multiple times. They will turn it around. I don't know why, so many people want to worry about a multi-billion-dollar company so dearly. I mean, I know we love the product, the company, what they've done over the years. I got so much Nike in my house. I hope y'all own Nike stock too. That's another thing. Now is the time. If you haven't bought Nike stock by now, I don't know what to tell you, but this is, load up. They're not going anywhere. They will be healthy. They will come back. Believe that. But yeah, focus on that, man. But I don't know. It's just so many things. And I was kind of hesitant to speak on all this kind of stuff because it's just like, I feel like there's a lot of negativity going on in the sneaker space. And, I guess people just kind of get bored and just like to be fighting and fussing about something. I know a lot of sneakerheads aren't happy with like every drop that gets released or is coming out. I've heard, people crying about the black cement 3s that are coming out in the year. Like, elephant print going to be right. It's going to be like the white cement release. How's the toe box? Like, just wait and see. The shoe's going to be fine. You're going to cop 1-2 pair, hopefully, and you're going to love it. The rep and the retail community, right? There's this ongoing battle. I saw online are rep sneaker buyers, real sneakerheads. And I saw a lot of, kind of retail only people that are like, absolutely not. They are not real sneakerheads, because the stories and the things and the situations attached to the chase of a shoe, is a part of the thing, chasing it down, hunting it down. And I get that. There's pairs that I had back in the day, we camped out for a pair here and there, or getting them, some kind of way through connections and things like that. But I will say in today's economy, because I so much feel like resellers, like this culture has shifted so much and it changed sneakers overall. But now, most pairs of shoes that a lot of people have, they don't have a deep, heartfelt, pulling your heartstrings story about how they acquired it. It's like, I sent the text to this guy and I got the shoe. Somebody that backdoored it, had it posted, I bought it. That's that. Like, where are these long, beautiful, poetic stories about copping your sneaker today, right? Either that or I pushed a button online and it showed up at my door 4 or 5 days later. I don't know. And for people that buy rep sneakers, I don't endorse, I don't condone, I don't disapprove it. I really don't care. Do what you do to get the sneaker you want. If I see you and you're wearing it, I'm gonna say, well, that's a dope shoe, dope kicks. I'm not asking you, how'd you get it? Where'd you get it from? How much you paid for it? Did you buy retail? Did you buy resale? Is that a rep? You know what I'm saying? It's just like, nobody cares, right? We got too much time. I got time to worry about myself, my kids, my wife, and my life. You know what I'm saying? I see you rocking dope kicks. I'm gonna say, yo, those are dope. And I think everybody should just really take a breath. There's no need to be, this is sneakers, right? There's no need to be angry. There's no need to be fighting or judging the next man. Like, why do we want to judge so much? Like, it's really, we're grown-ups. I mean, I'm way too old to be worrying about all of that stuff. But we act like we're in like the high school hallway, right? Or like it's middle school lunchroom. And somebody's got people calling out, scared they're gonna get called out, those types of things. Look, man, like just do you and enjoy your stuff. Anyway, what else? Nike and the shoe surgeon? I don't know what to say about that. Somebody else's IP that you're infringing upon, you do that enough times or outside of the parameters that they allow, and they're gonna come knocking. And the shoe surgeon's gonna get what he, kind of set himself up for. He set up a whole training academy to, talk to people and get those people, train them how to make Nike shoes from scratch. So if I was Nike, I would not like that either. Like, yo, you training people to make my stuff? I mean, Nike, it's just a lot of gray areas, and I'm sure that fight is going to be going on for a while, but it's pretty wild. I don't know how it'll land, but I know the shoe surgeon's pocket's not deep enough to fight Nike. So Nike's going to win that whole thing. The Nigel Sylvester Jordan 4. Now that was one, right? That grandma's fence, the green fence one, that was dropping, or so we thought, right? We saw all the stuff on the sneakers app, the rollouts, all the marketing videos. Saw some things about the meetup in New York, meetup in LA, take your bike ride with Nigel, and you may get the shoe that day. And then that was it. We heard about the EU drop, 100 pairs. And we're like, what about us? I mean, I couldn't get to New York or to LA to ride a bike with Nigel Sylvester. But that shoe is a new silhouette. I love Jordan 4. It's my favorite silhouette. This new one, I'm not the hugest fan of, but I like that one. And there's one more that's coming. I think it's the women's, that green with the kind of cream midsole. But yeah, I don't know what happened with that, man. Nike just kind of dropped the ball, just kind of left us out to dry. I did hear that that's going to actually come eventually. We are going to see that dropping at some point soon, but not yet. So tons of things going on in the sneaker world. I just hope, again, that as a culture, we know that, look, man, everybody just is in here for the love of the shoes. Sneaker culture as itself is kind of weeded out a lot of the vultures, I think, or is weeding out a lot of the vultures. A lot of resale shops that popped up over the years closed down. And the people that will be left still copying kicks are, I would say, the real sneakerheads that love sneakers and love this culture. The UA community, they love shoes, man. If they want to go get a Travis Scott from across the water, let them. Who cares? Like, it's no sweat off my back, right? You get yours how you get yours. He can get his how he get his, and everybody can be happy together. I'm not trying to judge that next man. I don't care, because what he eat don't, mess with me, right? It don't fill me up. That's your thing. This is my thing. But anyway, that's all I wanted to say. I will see y'all on the next one. Got some reviews dropping soon. Got some new things coming in. Got some pairs on the way. It's been a good time with the sneakers, and I love this time frame we're in where you're able to buy pairs. Like, it's just a great time, right? To be able to buy sneakers. You can actually go in the store and try some stuff on, which was unheard of like 2-3 years ago. Got some new stuff on the way. Make sure you tap in on IG at Real Daddy C. We're there every day, all day. A lot of conversations, a lot of great content. And make sure you hit that sub button on your way out. And I appreciate you. See you on the next one. Peace.